students, welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn English. Come on students, we will move to the lesson. Subject is English of Standard 3rd and the number of the topic is 12 and the name Dr. Dolittle Learns Animal Language. Students, this lesson tells us about the animal language. Animals do express their feelings like love, affection, anger, etc. like us. We use our mouth to express all these feelings, isn't it? But animals, they don't use their mouth. Okay, I will not tell everything here. To know more about this, we have to read and understand the lesson. Come on students, we will move further. The lesson Dr. Dolittle Learns the Animal Language. This is written by Hugh Lofting. Hugh Lofting was an English author trained as a civil engineer who created the classic children's literature character of Dr. Dolittle. This is all about the writer named Hugh Lofting. Students, this is Dr. Dolittle Learns Animal Language. This is a story of a Dr. Dolittle and a parrot named Polynesia. You can see here, right? Polynesia, the parrot, helps the doctor to learn the animal language. A very interesting story in which we will come to know about the way that the animals use to express their feelings. Come on students, we will proceed to the story. This is a parrot named Polynesia. Okay, we will start the story. Now listen doctor, said Polynesia, and I will tell you something. Did you know that animals can talk? I knew that parrots can talk, said the doctor. Oh, we parrots can talk in 2 languages, people's language and bird language, said Polynesia proudly. If I say Polly wants a biscuit, you understand me? But hear this ka ka oe fee fee. Good gracious, cried the doctor. What does that mean? That means, is the porridge hot yet? In bird language. My, you don't say so, said the doctor. You never talked that way to me before. What would have been the good, said Polynesia, dusting some biscuit crumbs off her left wing. You wouldn't have understood me if I had. Tell me some more, said the doctor, all excited, and he rushed over to the dresser drawer and came back with a notebook and a pencil. Now, don't go too fast and I will write it down. This is interesting, very interesting, something quite new. Give me the birds A, B, C first, slowly now, he said. So that was the way the doctor came to know that animals had a language of their own and could talk to one another. And all that afternoon, while it was raining, Polynesia sat down on the kitchen table, giving him birds' words to put down in the notebook. At tea time, when the dog Jip came in, the parrot said to the doctor, see, he is talking to you. Look to me as though he were scratching his ear, said the doctor. But animals don't always speak with their mouths, said the parrot in a high voice, raising her eyebrows. They talk with their ears, with their feet, with their tails, with everything. Sometimes they don't want to make a noise. Do you see now the way he is twitching up one side of his nose? What does that mean? Asked the doctor. That means, can't you see that it has stopped raining? Polynesia answered. He is asking you a question. Dogs nearly always use their noses for asking questions. After a while, with the parrot's help, the doctor got to learn the language of the animals so well that he could talk to them himself and understand everything they said. Then he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. Yes, this is the story of Dr. Dolittle learns animal language. Students, by this lesson, we came to know that animals too express their feelings, right? But they don't use their mouth to express their feelings. They use different body parts like ears, nose, eyes, tail, etc. Isn't it? You can see here the gestures of different animals. They too feel hungry. They too feel happy. Sometimes they feel sad. Sometimes they become angry. Correct? They too has feelings like us. And they too express their feelings like us, but by using their different parts. Yes, dear students, if you have a pet in your house, for example like a cat, dog, parrot, etc., go through them, study them carefully. Okay, then you will come to know their language and you can understand them easily. Okay. Now students, we will move to the exercise part. Okay. First one is answer the following questions. The first question is, who was Polynesia? Yes, you know the answer, isn't it? Answer, Polynesia was a parrot. Who was Polynesia? Polynesia was a parrot. Correct? Number 2. Why was the doctor excited? The answer is, the doctor was excited because he was surprised to know that animals had a language of their own and could talk to one another. Yes, he came to know about the animals' language and he also came to know that they exchange their ideas and feelings with one another. This made the doctor excited, isn't it? We will move to third question. What did Polynesia and the doctor do all that afternoon? Answer, Polynesia gave the doctor some bird words to note down in his notebook in all that afternoon. Isn't it? Both sat down and Polynesia gave the bird words and doctor noted down in his book. Correct? Now we will move to question number 4. That is, what did Polynesia tell the doctor about animals talking without making a noise? The parrot said that the animals, they talk with each other, they exchange their ideas, but they don't use their mouth. Here, we will write the answer. Polynesia told the doctor about animals talk with their ears, with their feet, with their tails, with everything. So, they don't make noise. Polynesia told that there is no noise when they talk to each other because they use their body language. Okay. Question number 5. When did the doctor give up being a people's doctor altogether? This is the question. Yes, answer. With the help of Polynesia, the doctor got to learn the language of the animals so well that he could talk to them himself and understand everything they said. He became expert in animal language. Then he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. Right? Polynesia helped the doctor to learn the animal language. And then afterwards, when he became good in that one, he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. Students, in your textbook, there is the third question, that is gather information about how animals communicate. And 4 examples are given. We will go through them. Okay. First one, dogs wag their tail. You know that dogs have tail and they express their feelings by wagging their tails. Okay. We will try to understand the meaning of the wagging of the dog's tail. Here, a tail held straight out means the dog is curious about something. The tail held straight out. Okay, means it is curious to know, curious or to know about something. Okay. Second one, a tail wagging reflects a dog's excitement. If the dog is excited, then it wags the tail. See that in the picture. Okay. A vigorous wagging of tail means a greater excitement. If the speed is more, then excitement is more. See this. Okay, got the meaning of wagging of tail of the dog. Okay, we will move to the second example. Honey bee dance. Yes, students, see this. Here, a waggle dance is a special figure of 8 dance that is done by the honeybee in its hive. By this, a worker tells the others where it has found nectar. See, this is figure of 8 dance. Is called waggle dance. By this, the honeybee tells that nectar is found. Here also it doesn't open its mouth. Correct? It does not make any noise. By the help of this figure of 8 dance, it tells the other workers about the nectar. Cats move their tail. Students, cats wag their tail when they are annoyed. Means when they are angry. See how they are wagging their tails. Elephants link their trunk. Elephants have trunk, you know. Elephants use their trunks much like people use their hands. Okay. How we use our hands like that. Elephants use their trunk. Elephants link their trunks to show affection and love. You can see in this picture the mother elephant and the baby elephant or the calf. Mother elephant is linking the trunk of babies so that it is showing the affection. Okay? Children, this lesson has so many dialogues, isn't it? Here in this lesson, we can see the conversation between the Polynesia parrot and the Dr. Dolittle. Correct? Some dialogues are said by that parrot and some dialogues are said by that Dr. Dolittle. Students, we will go through the dialogues given and we will try to find out that who said this to whom. Okay? Who said to whom? First one. You never talked that way to me before. Guess this. Who said this and to whom this dialogue is said? Yes. You never talked that way to me before. Yes, you are right. This is said by the Dr. Dolittle to Polynesia. Okay, how to write? Dr. Dolittle said to Polynesia. Okay. Second one. See, he is talking to you. See, he is talking to you. Yes, you are right. Answer is Polynesia said to Dr. Dolittle. Here he means dog, isn't it? This dialogue is said by Polynesia to the Dr. Dolittle. Third one, tell me some more. Okay, who said this? Tell me some more. Yes, you are right. Dr. Dolittle said to Polynesia. He wants to know about the bird language, isn't it? So he said, tell me some more about the language. Correct? Next one. But animals don't always speak with their mouths. Yes, this is said by Polynesia. Here, Polynesia said to Dr. Dolittle. Correct? She said that animals don't always speak with their mouths. They use their ears, they use their feet, they use their tails, etc. to express their feelings. Isn't it? Students, here we can see two lions. Right? See the action. And guess the conversation between them. See. I think they are exchanging their ideas. Right? Okay, see this. Tiger. It is ready to hunt. Isn't it? See its expression. How slowly it is moving in the grass. Okay. See this. A puppy and a cat. The puppy is linking the cat and it is showing its love or its affection. Right? And cat is also standing and it is not doing any harm to the puppy. right? Now see this. This dog is blinking its eyes and saying something. It is calm and quiet, but it is expressing its feeling. See this? Dog is sleeping on the chair and a cat, it came and it made a place for it to sleep on that same chair. I think mutual understanding is there between the cat and the dog, isn't it? See this parrot. See the actions. It is surprised to see one more parrot on the other side. See this horse. I think it is very happy with his master, so it is dancing. It is using its feet and tail to show the affection and happiness. See this? Here the horse is annoyed. It is very angry, I think. So it is opposing his master. See this? A bunny is linking the hand of a person and showing the love towards that person. Here you can see the bunny is wabbling his nose. Right? See the ears. Yes, students, if you have a pet in your house or in your surroundings like a dog, cat, parrot, bunny, fish, etc., then observe them carefully and try to understand them. Okay? If you observe them, then you will understand them easily. They will talk with you. They will express their feelings with you. They will become a best friend of you. Okay? Thank you very much, students, for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get new updated videos.